back to my channel. Today, because it's just a few days out from Christmas, I thought I'd make a video on tips and tricks on starting a new canvas. Some of my family members are getting diamond paintings for Christmas, and it's the first time that they will have ever done it, and I thought there may be a few others, so this is especially for all the new people or others that might want to pick it up. Now, if you've unboxed your diamond painting, your canvas is all nice and flat, you've got it all sorted out, and you've checked off, you've looked at your inventory page, you've checked off all your colours are here and all your bags are right, and you think you're good to go. Well, if you've got your diamonds from Hurricane, you probably are good to go. If your diamonds have arrived in these little baggies, you probably are. On here they've got the DCM number, that's $7.99. The number 13 here is the symbol on the side of the canvas here that you need to look it up, down to number 13, and there's the symbol that you would need to look it up. And at the end here it tells you how many diamonds you will need to complete the painting. This bag is actually from one of my Christmas paintings, and that's how many I've got left over. Some of these little diamonds had little nubs on them that I couldn't use, and there were a couple that had dents in the top. Instead of being pointed out, they had big hollows instead, and so it was really nice to have extras that you could just dispose of those other ones and carry on your merry way. If you use diamonds that have little nubs or little extra bits on them, when you go to place one beside it, it won't sit flush and it will pop off your canvas or leave a gap, and it won't look very good. So it's just a tip for newbies. Make sure that the diamonds that you use are actually square, and the flat bit goes against the canvas and the pointy bit goes on the top. Now, if you're like most people, where have I put it? Your diamonds won't have come in a bag. They will have come in containers like this. It will have a DMC number on it, and if it's just one colour, if it's just one bag of colour, they come like that. But if you've got 2 or 3 or 10, they come like this. Sometimes if you've got 10 bags of a colour, they will come in an even bigger bag, and 5 of these little bags fit into one big bag. These don't zip, so unfortunately if your diamonds have come in containers like this, they will need to be put in something else to keep them safe. Now you can just go to anywhere and get some Ziploc bags. These are just good old Ziploc bags. They don't have to be this big, they can be smaller or bigger depending on just what you want, and you can just transfer them in. I would write the number on the bag just the same as this. I would write the number on, but I would also put the symbol so that you know what you're looking for. You don't need to put how many total it is unless you want to. Sometimes I will put the firm who sent it, like this particular diamond painting is from Hurricane, so I would put Hurricane in the bag. If it was from Home Fun, I would put Home Fun or Ever Moment or one of those others. But this one is from Hurricane, so I don't need to worry. With these other ones, if you don't want to use bags, you may want to use a container like this. You can pick this up really cheap from places like AliExpress online from China. These ones come in a set of 4 connected. They just flip open and you can tip them out. But I would suggest that you just use a small teaspoon so that you don't spill them as you go. Even the good old takeaway teaspoons are good. They're small and they can fit in here without spilling them. I do use that one from time to time, but my personal choice are round ones. Is a kit like this. Now, as you can see, I've already got this one ready to go. It's got a DMC number. Sorry, I'm just looking for the thing. It's got a DMC number on it, and it's got the symbol at the top, so I know on the canvas what symbol I'm looking for and what number it goes on. I have them in numerical order in the tray here. I did. And if you don't want to use Sharpie on the top, you could just use a label, although I find that with a tiny amount, and I do mean a tiny amount, of nail polish remover and a cotton bud, these just wipe clean, and once they're dry you can relabel them for your next one. Okay, so that's our diamonds out of the way. So we've got our diamonds sorted and you think you're all set to go. So we dig into our bag and we pull out our diamond toolkit when I find them. Now, all diamond paintings come with a toolkit. Some come with a very basic kit like this. It comes with a boat that holds your diamonds. As you can see, they've got little ridges on the bottom of it, and these make your diamonds sit straight. They all come with a little bit of wax, and they all come with a placement pen. This is just a single placer pen, but it did have a few little baggies in the back. The majority of them come with tweezers, a placement pen. This one has a 9 placement pen on the back, which means you can actually place 9 diamonds at a time if you want, using that end. It has a bigger piece of wax, and this boat has a cutout, which you may not be able to see very well. It actually has a cutout which enables you to tip the diamonds back into the container when you're finished, much easier than with the previous one. But quite a few now are bringing toolkits out like this. The boat has got a funnel on it, which makes it so much easier for tipping things back in. It has a bigger wax. This one came with a 6 placer, a 3 placer and a 1 placer, and it also came with this pencil grip, which makes it so much nicer to use. Your fingers aren't gripping that hard plastic. It's much more comfortable to use. Looks nicer too. And it came with these very good tweezers. They're nice and sturdy. Some people use the tweezers to place their diamonds. I prefer to use the pen placer, but if I put one in the wrong place, or I spill some, or one pops off and it's not meant to have, this is extremely handy for picking it up and putting it back in the tray, or putting it back where it belongs. Right, that's it. I'll just put this away and we can start placing. So the one today I'm going to start is from Hurricane. So my drills are already in their bags, which I have beside me here, and I have already done the inventory on these, and because Hurricane send these already in Ziploc bags, I don't really need to transfer them to my plastic containers. I can just start immediately. So I'll get out their drill. They sent me this really cool little gift too, a little bracelet. Quite a few send little extra bits and pieces to do a thing, so don't be surprised if you find a little extra in your kit when you get it. This is the kit that came with the Hurricane set. There's quite a lot of wax, and believe you me, you will only use maybe a third of that, if that. They're always very, very generous with their wax. There is a 3 placer on that end, there is a single placer, and there is a 9 placer sitting in the background. It has a set of good tweezers with a cover on it. Right. Now I'm left-handed, so when I start a new canvas, I always start at the top right corner for me. If you're right-handed, you may wish to start at the left top corner or at the bottom. And why I do this is that I peel back just a little bit, and I usually fold it down, but what that means is that I can place my hand here and I can put my diamonds in place without touching any of the glue and getting dust or old skin particles or lint off my clothing stuck to the dust, or around the canvas there is a very, very tiny lip of glue that has just, the glue covers the entire I call it canvas, but it extends just a wee bit to make sure that they have in fact got all of the symbols covered. Now if you don't want lint on these edge pieces, you can just cover that with washi tape or invisible tape, anything that will easily peel off once you're finished. But today I'm just going to make a start. So I look at these symbols, and these particular symbols are very clear, and so I will start in the top right corner, and what I like to do is I like to place all the top ones and down the side, and that gives me then a nice clean corner to work from. And then I normally just, in this particular area, I will then go through with one colour and place all the colours at a time, but it's up to you what you want to do. I just find that's easier for me to work sideways. Some people take all the cover off and start in the middle and work out. Some people have several boats and they go along the line and they place each colour as it comes. But I prefer to do one colour at a time. I just find it easier, then there's nothing to spill. I have a bad habit of spilling things. So if you've only got one tray of diamonds sitting up at a time, then you can only spill one set of diamonds. So I'm going to get into these again now, so I'm going to rattle for a minute. The symbol in the corner is a 9, so I come down here and I look for the 9, and it is symbol number 7, and the DMS number is 414, so I need to find bag number 414 in here. This is where, if you've already got it in a container, you just go and find the number. It's much easier to find than having to fish through the bags. But for the sake of today, I will find 414. This particular canvas is a family saying, and it says, "Family where life begins and love never ends," and it's green and black and white. And I can't believe that they've got 34 colours for this particular saying. It's just amazing that I had that many colours just for something that is basically black, white and green. Now I am after 414, which I happen to know is a grey. There's 413. Can't be too far away. 414, here we go. Now if you have a look on here, it says 414, it's symbol number 7, which when I go down the side of the canvas here, number 7 tells me that I need to look for a grey square with a white number 9, and that's where I need to place these. So I get my toolkit out, I've got my diamonds, and this is a new toolkit, I haven't used it before. I'm going to put that placement back in the bag so I don't lose it, because at the moment I'm only going to single place. There is a 3-placer on the end here, which means I can place 3 diamonds at a time if I want to use that end. But today I'm just going to use the single end, and at the moment, because it's brand new, it's never had wax in it before, so we need to load our drill placer before we can use it. The wax comes with plastic on both sides of the wax to keep it nice and fresh, so, and it's actually 2 pieces just joined together. So you pull it back, and with your pen you just poke it straight in, twist it round and pull it out. Now if you'd already used your pen, I find that just poking in once is fine, but because this pen hasn't been used before, and for the first time, you'll need to do it twice to make sure that you've got enough wax in there that it will pick up your diamonds. Okay, so I've poked that in. As you can see, there's a bit of a hole, and this is more than enough wax to do your picture. Okay, I'll just run my finger along there. No, it's full. I've got a tiny amount of wax on my finger, so I know that my pen is full. So now I'll just cover that over for a minute so that the diamonds don't fall on the paper. I open my bag of diamonds. If you have a look at the bottom of this boat, you'll see that there are raised edges or ledges across the bottom of the boat, and that is so that when I put the diamonds in here I can shake them, and hopefully they're going to line up and be sitting properly with the flat bit at the bottom and the pointed shaped top pointing up. So I'll put some in here, and as you can see, give it a good shake. And as you can see, a lot of them now are sitting nice and flat, so I can take my pen and I can start my work. So I'll pull that up again, put that back, take my pen, take one that's sitting up the right way, and very carefully put it in the corner. Now this is a square one, so my diamonds are square, and so there are square grids. If you have a round diamond painting, one that uses round diamonds, it's exactly the same thing, but what you will see on your canvas is that you will see circles around your symbols instead of squares. Everything else is exactly the same. They still shake beautifully, they will still sit nicely in the tray, and you just still again pick the next one up, I'm finding the next line on my canvas, and I'm carefully placing it on the line. As I go around this very first layer on the outside, I'm really careful to try and get them even and in the same place. I'm not so careful once I've got the outside line in. But if you want a nice neat line, I've found that this is the best way. And you just carry on like that. It's fun, it's relaxing, don't get stressed if you don't get them even. It doesn't really matter, because this line here I haven't placed very well. But when I get the next one, and if I come underneath that one, I can give that one a bit of a nudge, and it's pushed it up and back into place. So that's all there really is to it, and you just keep on going until everything is done. As I said, I will carry on now and I will place all these lines before I move on to the next colour, but it's up to you. This is your diamond painting, this is your fun. I normally put on a bit of music, have a bit of a listen, have a bit of a sing. You do have to pay a bit of attention, because if you put the diamonds in the wrong place, it is a real beggar to use your tweezers and then have to pick them off and put them back in the tray. I have done that a time or two as well, but it's just part of diamond painting. So have fun. If you've got diamond paintings for Christmas or at some other time of the year, enjoy. I hope this has helped you a bit. If you've got questions that I haven't answered, please put them in the description, or sorry, down in the comments below, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you found this beneficial. Catch you later.